Okay, yes. Alright, we're live. Hey, hey. Welcome to the call-in show. This is the call-in show. If you've never listened to this before, it's a live stream, and you're going to be able to call in and chat about something. Today, we're chatting ostensibly about the topic of today, which is your gains. Wanted to go with a positive sort of topic today. The last show we were doing self-hate, and the show before that we were doing things you miss. And you know, those are sad topics. The self-hate show had a couple curveballs, some twists and turns. It was a good time for everybody. But today we're talking about things that you've gained. Good things. Well, I mean, you can interpret it however you like. Could be the gains when people say gains, and they're talking about like I guess either muscles or like capital gains, like money. I don't actually know what capital gains mean, but I assume it means you gain capital, which is money. I think that's what capital is, right? Like you invest capital. But that's just money. Why do they call it that? I don't have it sounds like the beginning of a joke, but I don't know. I just don't know why. I just don't understand it. It's not a joke. It's just my ignorance. Motive I gained recently some weight, some not muscle, some pudge, some pure pudge. Got a bit of some belly action going on here. Could be a belly dancer. Why is that not a thing with belly dancers? They should have big bellies, right? If you're gonna be a belly dancer, I want to see a lot of a big belly that I can see undulating. All those belly dancers, they got no belly. This is already a great show. I can already tell. This is gonna be one truth bomb after another. Capital, why not? What does that mean? Belly dancers, why aren't they fat? What else is going on? Okay, gains. Yes, I gained some weight. I'm getting fatter, and it's because I stopped smoking cigarettes and honking on a vape stick. When I was doing those things, I was looking svelte. I was hot, all right? To put it another way, I was hot. I was hot and thin when I was smoking cigarettes every day and honking on a nicotine vape stick. But I stopped doing that for like 3 months, and now I went from hot to not. It's fucked up. This is the thing that they don't tell you about nicotine, is it makes you hot. That's the trade-off. Do I want to be hot for a shorter lifespan or not for a longer lifespan? And really, it's kind of an obvious choice. Obviously, I want to be hot for shorter. I want to live life to the fullest for a more limited. It's limited no matter what. Hey, bro, that's what it comes down to. We're all going to die. But I'm going to be hot as fuck while I'm alive. I can be ugly when I'm a corpse. I'm going to be a corpse for a lot longer than I'm burning brightly, a shining star, taken too young. That's another thing. If you die young, that's a good thing, because everybody likes you more. So like, oh, it's not fair. He was taken too soon. We'll ignore the whole, like, that it would be, based on my choices. But just, oh, no. That's a horrible thing. If you die, like, past 70, then it's like, all right, whatever. That makes sense. But before that. So maybe I'll get back into it. I don't know. I was thinking about it today. I was thinking maybe today is the day to get back in. But, to cigarettes and smoking. But I don't know. I stopped myself. I don't know. It's just the money, It's so expensive. up here in New York, the government really has a good scheme going on with the taxing cigarettes, like more than they make them like double. They cost like $12 a pack here. They cost like, I don't know, like $3.50 in the South or something. So the government really got me. They got my number. They understood that not having money is hard, makes life harder. And it's like between the choice of not having any money but having cigarettes, and not having cigarettes but having an extra $12 a week. Alright, anyway. I don't even know what I'm talking about here. Okay. I'm gonna not talk for too long here, because I couldn't think of any good gains. I had all week to think about it, but I couldn't think of anything that I've gained lately. I'm hoping that people who call in will have more to say than I do. Maybe they got a good life. Huh? Well, it doesn't have to be good, you know. It doesn't have to be money or body related. It could be just a thought. Maybe you've gained an insight or a perspective into something. Or maybe you've gained, that's all I can think of. An insight, a perspective, or money, or muscle. Any of those things, you know. But if you can think of something else, go for it. All right, so then I guess we'll just get right into the calls, right? All right, well, before we do, I'll just say all the music from this stream is from people who have submitted to the show Signal Return, which we do occasionally on this channel. There's actually a new Signal Return coming out. If you don't know, check out on this channel. There's a playlist called Signal Return. It's sort of a big collaborative show that we do. It's kind of like a audio-visual version of The Mighty Lighthouse, which is a zine that we do. It's just a big collaborative project. A bunch of people submit audio, like music and speaking and visuals, and then me or Moxie Famous will gather it all and sort of smush things together and make an episode of Signal Return out of it. So a new episode is coming out. It's the first episode in a couple of years because I've been fucking lazy and busy and, you know, whatever, in whatever proportion makes you most comfortable. But a new episode is coming out, Signal Return episode 7. And the music that we're playing on this stream is either in the episode of Signal Return or it's part of the Signal Return episode 7 extended release CD, which is going to be a whole CD full of music from Signal Return and, you know, from those artists, a big compilation CD, which I'll talk about a little bit more later in the show. I'm not gonna go into a whole thing right now, but you can click the description of this video and get the names of the screen names of the artists who are using their music today. Some of them have links. I'm attempting to get links for all of them. Okay. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, I kind of want to mention... Well, I'll just mention that later. Okay. All right, fuck it. Let's just get right into the calls, because I got nothing to say. I mean, I could sit here and just pretend and just say anything, but I don't think that would be that useful. So we are going to start taking calls. Where's the fucking... All right. Boom. The number is on screen now. You can call in now. The number is, 518-288-7938. Call in now. Tell me about your gains. 518-288-7938. The lines are open. And here we go.
Call from
Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh man, number one caller.
Hell yeah, bro. You're first on the docket today.
What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing much. Just doing the call-in show. Talk about gains. You got any gains you want to report today?
Oh yeah, I gained quite a bit of experience. Quite a bit indeed. Threw it into the old resume as of recently.
What sort of experience?
So I was doing a tour of duty overseas
Mm.
with the Army, and from country to country to country, and just gaining experience from other people's perspectives, their lives. I was in Poland for probably about 6 or 7 weeks, and I talked to somebody whose grandmother was actually like part of concentration camp,
God damn.
or rather, she was an occupant, in the concentration. She wasn't part of like, she wasn't gassing people or killing people or anything. She was just a fool that was
That is,
happened to be subjected to that nonsense. So
I did assume that's what you meant.
right, but
She
that's
was a
crazy. So
guard. She was a guard at a concentration camp, and you gained a lot of perspective from that.
oh yeah,
So yeah,
so yeah.
what was her stories like? Was it did you gain horrifying perspectives?
It's like us in America, like we read about it, we see stuff about it, and the History Channel were taught in the schools, a really abridged version. Everyone knows, like, Nazism is bad. Yeah, that's just plain and simple. But then actually going over there and going to like Belgium and seeing memorials, going to different parts of Germany and going all over, it's just really opens your eyes to a lot of things. Not only just that, but just the course of human history, going to different castles like Heidelberg over there in Germany, or by Mannheim. And like there's just so much history. So I gained a lot of perspective. And that really served me pretty well, I would think.
That is, I've never been to Europe. I've only ever been on the North American continent, but I have heard from many people that that is quite a striking difference that you notice is that like in North America, our society history only goes back a couple hundred years, whereas in Europe it goes back a lot longer.
Absolutely.
So what did you
So,
gain? What did you learn? Things are good. Humanity is a okay.
I would go on a limb and say that
Nice.
humanity is absolutely okay. When you walk over there, and people already have negative connotation when it comes to Americans, and we talked about that a couple months ago. I've been in the show a couple times. But when you go over there, hands open, and you're saying, "Hey, look, I'll take whatever you willing to give. I'm here for experience. I'm here for that, not just America, bald eagle, this
Mm.
and that." You don't go over there like a complete bag, and people are generally, they're open, and they share certain experiences, certain ideologies, and there's a lot to gain. So
What's the situation
so
there when you are on tour, as you said? Like, how do these interactions pop up?
well, a lot of people use English as a kind of a middle language. It is if you ever watched that Team 4 Star, the old Dragon Ball Z bridge, it is the universal language, English, right? Um, the Namekians were talking their native language, and he speaks a universal language. But they use that as a kind of a bridge between languages. When I was in Poland, they're talking to the Swedes, they use English. When I go over there and I speak English, they're like, "Hey, you speak really good English. Thank you very much." I've never been accused of that before. They're like, "Oh, well, I see you have German plates." I'm like, "Well, I'm not German. Sorry, first of all." But then they started asking about a bunch of stuff, but generally, people are open. People want to tell their stories. People do. Um, they want to experience more. A lot of them think that, especially some of the immigrants, because Germany is a huge practitioner of people who go to seek asylum. They go over there and they get citizenship, and they work towards citizenship from they're from Syria, this, that, and the third. But it's just huge eye-opening experience. But
What do you think it is about Germany that a lot of people seek asylum there? Is it just
they just make
legally?
it easier,
Yeah, I say.
generally. They just make it easier. They take because And a lot of the Germans are still like feeling the effects of tariffs. Those ripples from the Second World War. You know, I was just last year with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. They, not to get too crazy political, they actually just started being allowed to kind of stand up an army. Before it was nerfed pretty hard.
So, dude,
that's
that seems like a bad sign.
Real quick.
What?
What's
Go on.
that?
I said it seems like a bad sign.
Yeah, it's
They're gearing up for war.
You can tell. Yeah, you can tell. You know, a lot of Germany, not only a lot of Germany, a lot of Europe is feeling that effect. But just a kind of little joke / story I'd like to share with you. So if you ever do end up going over there to Europe, you have to be aware and cognizant of that. Like if you have to go use the bathroom, you have to pay money to use the facilities there. You know, usually it's like 50 cents or 75 cents.
That is horse shit.
And right, you need to go.
I would shit in the street and protest.
They circumvented that. The Germans, a lot of the times, you go to like a rest stop in America, you have a little, like if you're on the road, you're on the interstate, and you stop and you have a little rest area. You have bathrooms, toilets, whatever the case.
Right.
There, a lot of cases, they just don't have the toilet facility. So you see the Germans, they'll go out there and they'll pee in the woods, the pop squad, the ladies go in there. So I go over there and I'm like, oh, cool. They actually have a bathroom, facility over here. I can wash my hands after I take a piss. Terrible person. I always have to wash my hands 17 times a day. And that was before COVID. So I go over there and it's locked. I'm like, ah, damn, So I read the thing, like all this, what do you call that? Graffiti's all over the wall. And the only thing I could read in English was BJ's in the woods. And I kind of chuckled myself out, like, ah, man, I remember back in the 90s, seeing that kind of shit on the stalls and the bathrooms at the park and stuff, right? So I'm like, oh, whatever. I need to go ahead and use the bathroom outside, go piss in the woods. So I start walking. I see this big guy over here hanging out, and he's on a bike. He's got his little helmet on. I start making my way a little bit further down, and I look behind me. I see some guys kind of walking the same path I'm walking. I keep on walking, and he's still walking. I was like, okay, well, let me go get myself next to this tree, kind of shroud myself a little bit of secrecy over here while I'm using this tree as a watering post. Right. So I start going. The guy passes me, and he walks maybe another 5 or 6 steps, and I hear him stop. So I finish. I turn around, and he's just staring at me, looking at me. He's like, hey, man, it's getting kind of cold out. And this is October in Germany. It's starting to get a little brisk, but he's like, it's not so cold. Like, oh, cool. It's like, oh, you speak English. You here for work, or you here for vacation? I was like, yeah, a little bit of both. A little pleasure, a little work. Traveling around. It's a good time. It's like, great. You start talking to me, and I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of, I'm in the woods. I just took a piss, and I'm trying to get back to the car, and this guy's just sitting there trying to, keep me in a conversation. I'm like, okay, is this guy trying to mug me? He's trying to whatever. He looks like a kind of a squatty lumberjack, big beard, like a New York Knicks, snap back on, and just kind of like, oh, well, he's like, hey, well, I kind of want to talk to you a little bit more. I was like, no, let's go talk into the cars. I don't really want to talk to you. Well, I was humping maybe a little bit of something else. So I was like, oh God, I don't know what this is going. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. It's like maybe
don't play coy with me.
Oh,
nice.
No, sir, I'm not into that whatsoever. He apologized. He was really embarrassed, and I was like, oh,
right.
Man.
Let's see
what we like, no judgment, man. I'm from San Diego. I was raised like he really receptive of everybody. So after he was finished, I go ahead and give him, 50 cents to go ahead and use the bathroom. His wife, to say.
Wow, it really is. It's the bathroom. In the States, there's the stereotype of the gay sex in the bathroom rest stop, but in Germany, it's like they don't have the bathroom, so you just do the gay sex in the woods where everyone else goes to the bathroom.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
It was actually like a little brothel, a little red light district, but they were like small little campers.
Jesus.
And I was like, dude, what is
That's
it? And I
hot.
saw somebody's legs pop up. I'm like, yeah, this is
Oh my
definitely
Dude, this is why I won't go to Europe.
Because
Because a bunch of fucking perverts.
dude, I'm telling you. But yeah, I gained some experience, and yeah, I thought it was pretty. Again, it was eye opening. It was pretty great. You know, a lot of people will be real douchebags about going overseas. Yeah, bro, the beer. Hey man, people are people, and the infrastructure is kind of cool, but it's just as cool going to, say, like Pittsburgh. If you live somewhere else, the infrastructure is always different. The culture is always a little bit different. But I just enjoyed traveling.
Yeah.
That's really all I've got, man.
Yeah, sounds cool, man. Thanks for calling in.
Hell yeah. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh. Just missed the next call. Nice. Those Europeans. They're always organizing gay sex just out of view. For euros. No, they do that in America too.
Call from
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, you. I can sort of hear you. Wait, am I hearing me?
I hear.
I think it's me.
Yeah, it's me.
I can't tell if this is someone doing a great job copying me or if this is me. Okay, I think it is me. All right, I'm gonna hang up on you. Me. Bye. Okay. Interesting second call. 518-288-7938. Here's I think this is
call from
Legato.
Oh. Legato.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, bro. How you doing?
Oh, just great. I got so much to say about the topic today, man.
Oh, great. Go ahead. Go off.
Like, my favorite kind of grains are oats. For real.
Grains.
Yeah, grains.
Sorghum.
Cool.
What do you like about oats?
That you can make oatmeal out of it.
You like rolled oats or you like steel cut oats?
I don't even know what all that shit is. I just like the stuff that makes oatmeal.
Well, there's like instant oatmeal that's like the powdery stuff, and then there's the kind that you have to like cook or soak for a while. Those are the rolled oats.
I'll take either, just as long as it tastes like oatmeal.
What's your favorite kind of oatmeal? Favorite flavor?
Oh, it varies. Apple and cinnamon's pretty good, but like a good brown sugar, I think with a fruit and a type of sugar, maybe a cream, it works out great. It's like your goddamn soup. You can put almost anything in.
I was obsessed with the maple brown sugar Quaker oatmeal when I was a kid. Couldn't get enough of that shit.
Dude, people around here like put the honey like I make on fucking oats. It's fucking disgusting. Fucking honey is disgusting, man.
I don't know. It sounds good. What's wrong with honey?
I don't know. Maybe I just hate these goddamn bees, but
Yeah.
I don't care for the honey.
I saw something recently. I saw a headline. I don't know any more about it than this headline, but they said they're making a vaccine for bees.
What, dude? Why do bees need a vaccine?
I guess they're getting sick. We're trying to. Otherwise, we're gonna have no honey.
Dude, they ain't getting sick. They're just kind of wigging out because they have antennas and there's cell phone towers everywhere and it's fucking them up.
The 5G is fucking the bees?
Yeah. Like, the bees' productivity has been on a steep decline ever since they started putting cell phone towers everywhere.
And this is a plus for you.
I guess. I mean, I hate bees, but I have bees, so...
You have bees?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You keep bees?
It sucks. Yeah, I got thousands of them in 4 boxes.
What do you do with them? If you hate honey, will you just torture them for fun?
No, I have to go in and open up their hive and look at it all the time and shit and see if they got honey in it.
Oh,
and then train them for mites. I hate the motherfuckers though. I'm subjugating them. I'm not torturing them.
Do you say you
I'm just
trade
using
it?
them
Do you say you trade their honey for mics? Is that what you said?
No, money.
Okay, okay. I thought you said mics, like Mike's Hard Lemonade.
No.
Okay.
That would be stupid.
Money would make more sense. Okay, so you hate honey personally, but you keep bees and sell their honey. Do you hate the honey because like you're handling it all the time? You're just sick of it?
I don't know. I just never liked the taste. I hate bees too,
People
and I
love
really
honey.
I hate the propaganda they get nowadays. That like, oh, if the bees are gone, the world will end. It's like this fucking bullshit.
So
Fuck
I've heard.
these bees.
So I've heard they're the pollinators. If the bees die out, if we don't vaccinate them, then there's gonna be no more flowers.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's
stupid, and I'll tell you why.
okay.
A bee only carries so little pollen, just an itty bitty bit per bee.
Mhm.
The wind, however, blows pollen all over the goddamn place.
Mm.
So, come on now.
That is a good counterpoint. That's solid. But I
But
guess,
either
but
way-
the bees go right in the flowers. They stick their whole freaking bodies in the flowers. That's how they're doing the real specific pollinating. They go from flower to flower, right? You would
Yeah,
know. You're the
but, I
one who
mean-
has bees.
Well, I don't like really press them when they're out and about gathering, but they don't even get the pollen. They're just after nectar.
Right.
And like the amount of pollen that's on them is like a millimeter stuck on their leg. That might fall off. Maybe.
Do you like nectar more than honey?
No,
Oh, no?
no. I like beeswax though, because you can like totally melt it down and like throw it at people, and then it'll go stuck in their hair.
Beeswax?
But yeah,
What? How do you get that? What is it? What is that?
it's kind of like the meshy stuff they have to keep their freaking little honeycomb like hexagonal things together.
Oh, it's like a glue
like-
or something that they
Yeah, it's
do
like
they
a wax on paper.
they squirt it out of their bodies or something?
I don't really know the specifics of it. I think it actually comes out of their butt,
Oh, oh no!
but
That's
In
what
a
you
way,
like?
yeah, you can like melt it down and like throw it at people. Well, it's like they're shit out stuff that they like. Their baby shit, and then they eat their baby shit. Think about that, man. That's
I think.
fucked up.
I mean, I can't say you're wrong because I know nothing about bees, but this sounds like anti-bee propaganda.
It is, because I'm trying to balance it out.
Yeah.
This is like the only reason I got the damn bees, because like somebody on Facebook was arguing with me about it. They're like, what do you know about it? Like, I own 2 beehives. I was like, motherfucker, I will get 4 beehives. I will show you what.
So what's the yield? What's the gain? What gains do you get from these beehives, and how much do they? What's the upkeep?
The upkeep is you gotta like go out there and like pry it open every now and again,
Hmm.
because those motherfuckers glue everything shut.
The bees.
And like with 2 hives, I yield like 2,000 worth of money.
$2,000.
Now I got 4, like $2,000 a year.
Okay, all right.
But now there's 4, and I'm gonna. I have a great idea. I'm gonna get a lot more. I'm gonna have this gag gift kind of thing that I'm gonna make
Mhm.
and sell for really cheap.
What is it?
For my own enjoyment. It's gonna be a pinata filled with bees. I'm gonna call it an electric pinata, and I'll say it's the electricity buzzing inside because it spits candy, and let people hit it.
I mean, that's a great idea. I wouldn't tell you otherwise. That's a great idea. Although even
Yeah,
calling it
yeah.
an electric pinata, like that makes it, that already starts the question of like, should I be hitting this thing as hard as I can if it's electrified?
Well, I'll tell them that the consolidator in there needs to be jarred for it to dispense candy or some bullshit. And then I'll run away because they're about to fucking hit it and get stung like shit.
Yeah, I mean, someone would buy a pinata like that for more than $2,000, right?
I'm not going to sell them for $2,000. I'm going to make them super cheap so people buy them and I can watch them like get stung.
Okay, this is
This
more
isn't a
for
money-making
that's for
thing.
pleasure, not for profit.
Yeah, like, I don't do anything for profit, man. I do what I want. Money is evil.
All right, nice. Money is evil. Hey, Legato, thanks for calling in today. It was good hearing from you.
All right, well, fuck you, man.
All right, bye-bye. Oh. Yes.
Call from
Bruce Springsteen.
Hello?
Hello.
What was your name again, sir?
Oh, sorry. It's a Bryce.
Bryce. Good to talk to you, Bryce. How you doing today?
Fantastic. Let me tell you, I'm a big fan of your show, so I'm so happy to get the chance to talk to you.
Thank you, man. I'm glad to have you on. We're talking about gains today. Your gains. Any kind of thing that you could possibly classify as a gain. Do you have anything?
I do. I recently gained a house. My first time buying a house.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got 2 acres of land, so I got plenty of chickens. So I'm spreading those boys out, having a good time. It's fun time.
You already got the chickens, or you're planning to get them?
Oh, I have like 50 chickens.
Oh my god, dude. That's fucking awesome. You got to be swimming in eggs.
I am. The economy, the egg economy is hit hard, but not for me.
Exactly right. I heard a whole conspiracy about how the commercial chicken feed is they changed the formula and it's making the chickens lay less eggs so that big chicken can raise the price of eggs, or big egg, I guess.
Big egg.
Big egg.
They're sitting on a golden egg, those bastards.
What do you do? Do you sell? I mean, like, you've got way more eggs than you could possibly eat. What do you do with that?
I just make quiches all the time.
That takes care of all the eggs, 50 eggs a day?
Oh yeah, I got an egg strictly diet.
Dear God. I mean, that sounds good.
I'm a growing boy.
What do you have to do for upkeep with 50 chickens? It's just a bunch of chicken feed?
Oh yeah, just throw it out there. I throw some clovers in there for the greens. They like clovers. Have a good time. They got mealworms and corn. I don't know. I just throw whatever I got out there.
Are they roaming around? Are these free-range chickens?
Oh, we're working on making them free range, but we got some hawks in the area, so I gotta keep my eye out for them.
You said hawks. I heard hogs at first, but hawks.
we got some trouble sniffing hogs out there trying to get my chickens.
Well, hey, that's awesome. So when did you get the house?
Oh, a couple months ago. Got it because my landlord was kicking us out because they're selling our place to the church. I was renting unofficially, so we had to find a new place to settle in. We found a perfect little farmhouse for our chickens. So I was like, we got to take it.
Were you renting a house or an apartment?
Oh, sorry, an apartment. It was above a bar.
Ah, okay. So were you able to just, like, you were saving up while you were renting?
We weren't planning on it. It was kind of a surprise. So we had like 2 months to quickly liquidate all of our capital gains.
You had 5,000 chickens.
Yeah,
You had to
liquidate
get down
them.
to 50. Yeah, turn them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Turn them
The
into
calling is
liquid
quite
money.
unfortunate.
All right, so
I got that.
That's cool. That's great. So what's
And I got one more game for you.
All right, great. Go for it.
I got a mystery letter today. I was not sure where the hell it came from. It's from New York. I was like, what the hell is this? I don't know anyone in New York. That's what I thought. I started feeling it. I'm like, this feels like a badge. I crack it open, and it's my minute-hour stickers. I was like, hot damn.
Hey, nice. Are you on the
I know. Well,
Patreon, or did you order those?
I went to the website and ordered them because my friend and I, my coworker, he's a big fan of you as well, and I figured I could surprise him with some stickers.
Well, that's
the other thing
very
I gained.
nice. That's very nice of you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was like, it's funny because he didn't know about your show. He was just listening to your music and enjoying it. And I was just like, he has like whole albums where there's like context to these songs. He's like, what? And he's like, that blew his mind when I showed him trials. It was so funny.
Nice. That 6-year-old content, baby. Still,
I can't get
still
enough of it.
works. That's cool. I'm glad you got your stickers. The house sounds great though. Like, is this a long? You think you're gonna be there for a long time, or is this just what you could get in the short term that you're going?
Kind of what I could get in the short term because there wasn't many houses available. My final plans are to hopefully move out to like Seattle or Oregon because I'm not a big fan of Missouri, despite living here my whole life.
That's where you are, Missouri.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
Yeah, I'm sorry to everyone in Missouri, but I've driven through there and that fucking sucks. That state's bullshit.
It's nothing. There's nothing here.
It's just flat. That big white sky.
yeah, it's just not. I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm not really a country boy. I'm more of a tech kind of guy, and it's just like there's nothing really out here tech wise.
Dude, but
More
good luck trying to get a house in Seattle, like compared to fucking Missouri. That's got to be like so much more expensive and restrictive.
Oh, I know. I'm stressing about it, but eventually, hopefully, I'll have more of a career job and have more money eventually. Because I'm working on getting like becoming a web designer. Is what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
Because currently I'm working retail, and I'm kind of getting fed up with retail, to be honest with you.
I think you should just focus in on these chickens, bro. You've already got 50. How'd you get those?
Yeah.
How much does it cost just to get? Well, tell me the story of these chickens. Where do they come from? How much do they cost?
Well, I mean, I got some of them from Outwoods, which, like $3 to $5. It just kind of depends. And then, like, the thing that's really interesting is most of my chickens are actually rescue chickens because, like, a lot of them are, like, crippled, and most of them are just going to be thrown away from, like, just not being able to use. So, like, I got, like, ones with bad backs. I got ones with cross beaks, and, we take them because they're free. And, like, we gave them names, and we just, take care of them as best we can.
Is there like is there chicken Craigslist somewhere where it's like we got these broken ass chickens and we need someone to take them? How do you find them?
That's literally it. Like Facebook Marketplace, they're like, hey, I got this busted up chicken. I don't want it anymore. And we're like, we'll take them.
That's great.
We drive around the state of Missouri getting free chickens.
Dude, I'm saying it's not gonna happen in Seattle. You're living in chicken paradise right now.
Chicken haven. Jeez. But yeah, it's a good time. I was gonna say we got lots of chickens. They're like, so like I said, some of them, we got all different kinds too. Like there's not like just one kind. There's a lot of, mostly bantams, but we got a couple, we had one person who called us there because they knew us and they're like, hey, we got like a wild chicken running around my yard. Mm-hmm. And it's like in the middle of like the city. So we're like, what the hell? So we drove out there and we found him in a bunch of bushes. So we called him Bramble. We took him home. He's this big ass barred rock chicken. He was scary. Mm. We think he was used for cockfighting because like he had, they like cut his spurs and such like that, which is usually like what they do when they get rid of them. So we think he was used for cockfighting. They just dumped him somewhere.
I don't know shit about the different kinds of chickens. Is there like a hierarchy of chicken types?
Oh yeah, there's like bantams, which are like the tiniest ones. Is what we mostly have. They're silky chickens. They're like they don't have feathers. They don't have feathers. They're just like fuzz. They're just like little fuzz balls that just blow around the wind, and they're kind of fun to pet. But then we have these barred rock chickens. They're like the proper meat chickens that are just gigantic and scary.
You guys,
and hopefully,
have you eaten these chickens? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh no. Unfortunately, silkies are mostly like they're like this like black meat. It's like really greasy, not very good to eat. So we mostly just keep them as pets.
Black meat? That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it's like black greasy meat. I couldn't eat it if I tried. So I was like, that's why we keep them as pets.
Well, what about those big, nice professional chickens? You gonna eat that shit?
No, I'm sorry. We don't eat chickens, unfortunately. My friends and I are trying to go vegan, so we're trying to like just be like a low rescue form.
Dude, you really are out of place in Missouri.
Yeah, a little bit. We're like an LGBT couple, and they're it's just kind of like I don't know. It feels hostile here.
You gotta get to Seattle pronto.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
should bring the chickens. You gotta have the best of both worlds.
Oh god, yeah, that's the thing that's going to be stressful is how the hell are we going to move 50 chickens and their coops and everything? It's going to be wild time.
Well, good luck with that, dude. Thanks for calling in.
Right.
Good hearing from you.
Thanks for talking with me. Appreciate you.
All right, have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice. Mad chickens. 50 is that's a lot of chickens. I know some people with chickens, but 50 seems like a lot. I feel like the most I know is like maybe someone's got like 20 chickens, and that seems like an insane amount. You get like an egg per day per chicken sometimes, so I hear. Depends on the feed, If the commercial feed is frickin' with the chickens, so the big egg's bottom line can. Okay, I was just gonna talk about chickens until the next call comes in, but I'm sensing a lull here, so I just turned on Do Not Disturb mode. I'm gonna take a quick break before the next throng of calls. But yeah, you're listening to the call-in show. The music that's coming up is all from the Signal Return Episode 7 Extended Release CD, which I will talk about a little bit more later on in the show. But if you're liking the music, click on the description of this video and you'll find the usernames of the people who made it and links to their shit. So we'll be back very shortly, in 1 minute and 3 seconds. Okay, I didn't get back in time for 1 minute and 3 seconds, so it ended up being 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Jesus. I'm fucking sorry. I'm sorry. I had to pee and grab a beer. Okay, anyway, we're back. This is the call-in show. The call-in number to call in to this show is 518-288-7938. 518-288-7938. Here's a call right now.
Call from
Andrew.
Andrew?
Hey,
How's it going?
good. How are you?
I'm good. Just doing the call-in show. What are you up to?
Just listening in, tuned into the call-in show.
Oh, nice.
Listen to you talk about chickens.
Yeah, that's something we have in common then, is the call-in show.
I guess so.
Well, we're talking about gains today. That guy, the chicken guy, was talking about he gained a whole house. What have you gained lately?
4 parking tickets.
Ooh. Where you at? What do you want to say where you're at? I won't force you.
Yeah, that's fine. I can tell you guys where I'm at. I'm in St. Paul, the better half of the Twin Cities.
Nice. We actually, I know for a fact, we have a lot of listeners in that region.
Oh, good.
So what are your parking tickets? Are they like street cleaning? Are they snow emergency? What'd you get?
Well, I guess like the mayor decided he was gonna ban parking on one side of the street until April, and decided not to tell anybody. So yeah, we got stuck with about 4 parking tickets. We even got one towed, so that was nice.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Is that first time getting towed?
Yeah, it's my first time. I'm actually from Seattle originally. We moved out to the Twin Cities recently for a change, but
that
yeah, we
chicken
still
guy.
haven't adjusted really to the to the snow emergency situation over here.
Dude, the snow emergency. That's when you got towed?
Yeah, well, like I said, it wasn't technically a snow emergency. It was just, it's like snowed so bad over here this time of year, I guess. Like, it's like the 8th snowiest winter St. Paul's ever had. So they decided to close one side of the street permanently till April. So
That does not seem like a feasible plan, like just to evaporate half of the parking.
well, yeah, I know. It's like, and it seems like you raise a good point because it seems extremely like discriminatory towards people who do not have access to off-street parking. Like,
Sure.
people who live in apartments, usually people maybe on the lower side of the income scale.
Yeah. I mean, having a driveway, that's a sign of affluence in the city.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And then having a garage
right.
is like you're a multi-millionaire.
Totally. Yeah.
I remember when I was
So-
living in Boston, I got my car towed. The only time I've had it towed was a snow emergency situation, and that fucking sucked. I got set back like $300 or some shit.
Yeah. No, it's similar here. So I think that's kind of set me back to the same price, but I'm gonna plan to contest it. I think.
You can do that?
You can contest anything, and the great thing, I encourage everyone to contest their parking tickets or even speeding tickets because you literally have nothing to lose except for your time.
Mm.
You know, I feel like if bureaucrats are gonna make you like pay the money, you should at least get your money's worth in their time as well.
Yeah, make them earn it. But that's like the bureaucrats' secret special powers. They have all the time in the world.
Yeah, and they have all the fucking manpower in the world. It seems like, yeah.
Definitely.
And we're just on this planet for such a short time. We got to make it worth it. It's kind of like a tragic Shakespearean tale, honestly.
When I was I lived in Los Angeles for like a year and a half, and all the fucking parking. I mean, I think parking tickets in general are just like a giant scam. But when I was living in LA, I had accrued like $1,500 worth of parking tickets.
Oh my god!
Really, I know it was kind of impressive, but it was just like all the time. It'd always be like a street cleaning every like once a month or something. I'd have a problem there, or just like when I was driving to work that we didn't have a parking lot, and so I'd have to do street parking. I'd always fucking fuck it up. But with my whole plan was just like, well, I'm just never going to pay these, and I'll just move away from the city at one point, and then I win. But they found me. They have people who drive around scanning, and they've got like these auto scanners, and they scan all the license plates in like, where everyone's parked, and they're like, oh, that guy just came up as a red flag. He owes us $1,500, and they put the boot on me.
Shit.
And then
Fuck.
I know. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do then? So I had to fucking pay that shit. It was the worst. And then my car exploded a month later. So it was the worst use of money in my whole life.
You could have just ditched the car too and fled town.
That would have been better. Like, just leave this burden of a car like in the parking spot where, like, that would be
They booted it.
Yeah, that would be like the good ending.
The good ending.
Yeah. It's like now it's your problem now. You fucking booted it. Well, then you gotta deal with this stupid fucking car.
I'm surprised, honestly, they didn't suspend your license at that point for that amount of.
Well, they were
moolah.
They were threatening it, but ultimately, what they want is money. So it's like they will threaten and do whatever it takes to get the money. But it's like they don't want me off the road. They just want me to pay them $1,500.
Totally. No, my whole conspiracy theory is, since it's been such a bad winter here, I mean, you're familiar with Boston, so I'm sure you guys get, like, potholes over there, too,
Oh, yeah,
right? During the winter.
From all the plows, yeah.
Yeah, the plows come, and then they, create little imperfections in the road, and then rain gets in there, and then freezes overnight, and then that happens about 1,000 times more.
Right.
And then you get these fucking giant potholes. So I honestly think the conspiracy of the city is just trying to, basically catch as many people out as possible so they can raise funds to fix the roads. Because I have no idea where all the money comes to fix these fucking potholes in the roads, honestly, dude. I'm from I'm from the western states or the coast. We don't really have that problem over there. We don't even salt the road. So
What brought
it's
you
been
to
a real learning experience, I guess.
What
coming
brought
out
you
here.
What brought you to St. Paul?
Well, essentially, like, that's what everyone always asks me. They say, like, well, why move from Seattle to St. Paul? Seattle's such a cool place. Seattle's, you're out in a flyover state or whatever, which I'm not even sure what that means. But Seattle's got problems too, man. Seattle's got a huge homeless problem. Seattle's not a fun city to live in. It's expensive, and everything costs money. There's not a lot going on really downtown. The reason me and my partner moved out here is because we wanted more of a community. And it seems like out in the Midwest, like, people are more family focused and, like, interested in being part of a community. And so far we like it. The people here are so nice, and it's just the fucking weather, man. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it getting negative 15 degrees in January.
Yeah, I think it's especially shitty in the Midwest, like the North Midwest where you're at. I'm in like upstate New York, and I've lived in Boston, and both those places have like winters, but they are not that bad. Like this winter, we haven't gone into negatives at all. Like, the worst day we had was like 10 degrees or something.
Yeah, no, I've been in New York for like the Macy's Day Parade, and it was fucking super cold. That was like probably like my first experiencing real cold was New York. So I know it gets cold in New York, and I've lived in Maine for 2 years as well. I guess Maine's had a pretty mild winter as well, so that kind of correlates with what you're saying about New York. But yeah, man, no, I mean, I guess like getting back to the topic of your show is like, we gained a new city too. I'm starting a new job next week too. So
you've been gaining friends and a social circle here. I mean, that must be hard, like restarting entirely. Did you know people in St. Paul, family or friends? Or?
We were fortunate enough to meet a couple of people before we left, come out here. But it's been such kind of a wild ride since we got here. We actually haven't reconnected with them. So I actually have to reach out to people. Them? I mean, it was kind of just like a dinner date sort of thing. Like, hey, these people are also from the Twin Cities. You should get hang out when you're out there. But like,
how did you meet?
I don't know, it feels kind of weird. It feels kind of weird to like reach out and be like, hey, remember when we had that dinner conversation? Like, do you want to be friends? Like, I don't know.
It does feel like I don't know, fifth grade. Do you want to be my friend?
Don't you think that's weird?
Well, how did you meet them? What were the circumstances of your meeting them?
Well, just like mutual friends. We both have like the same type of friends, same type of people.
Like your friends introduced you?
You run in the same circles, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Dude, it's making me think though. There should be like an app. There should be like a Tinder, but for married couples who are looking for friends. And not a swinger. It'd be like you'd have to really, really fight hard against the swinger angle. You have to be like, this is not for swinging. This is just we just want to be friends. That would probably be very difficult to overcome, but yeah, like moving to a new city, it would be nice to be able to meet some people and just like form a friend group.
Well, they're actually the bubble events. They're non-dating, non-network social get-ups. So like the whole purpose of the event is to make friends, essentially.
What'd you say they were called?
It's called like Break the Bubble or something. It's kind of like Break the Ice, I guess. It's just a non-dating, non-networking, like social event.
Is that like is it a website or where do you find that?
It's like an event, like they hold it at like, or they put it on Facebook. I'm not even sure like who started it. Like is loneliness such an epidemic here that they have to I guess. I don't know.
I think it is everywhere. It's pretty easy,
yeah.
In modern life to just never go out, just stay inside all day because the internet gives you enough. You feel like you get enough variety from that, even though it's all a lie, obviously.
Yeah, it kind of fills you with like this shallow feeling, don't you think? The internet, if you're online permanently.
It's like I got some socialization.
You never get that true hit.
I tweeted at someone today. But it,
Yeah,
it doesn't count.
how'd that go?
Oh, great. All my friends are just people who I tweet at, and they tweet back at me, and, it's like the closest friendship anyone's ever had. No, I don't use Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I don't use it at all. I am on Discord all the time, though, and I definitely have my online friends on Discord, and I would say that
dude.
It's not the same.
No, dude, I have the same situation. I think it's honestly kept me alive for the last 4 months, is like having a close group of friends on Discord that just meet up every night to fucking play computer games or just fucking shoot the shit. I mean, that's what's so great about technology, honestly, is the ability to connect with people from all walks of life. And these people are from all across the country, like, southern United States, everywhere. So,
are they friends that you've made IRL in your former life, or just people that you know from the internet?
Just people I know from the internet.
Dude, nice. Yeah, I know a lot of just internet people. Have you met them yet?
Yeah.
IRL?
Yeah, actually, one of them lives in Savannah, and we actually flew down because we've never been to the South, and we wanted to get the true fried green tomatoes experience. So we went down to Savannah, and we met him in person. He's a really cool guy,
How was Savannah?
So, it's a beautiful city. I think they need to, they got their own problems, man. They got all those, live oaks, those beautiful live oak trees that you see in all those old, Southern movies. But that shit fucking wreaks havoc on the sidewalk. And so basically you have the perfect formula of old people and fucked up sidewalks, where you have like literally old people tripping and fucking bashing their heads open on the fucking sidewalk all day. I mean, we went there for a week and we literally saw it like 3 times.
Oh my God.
Just old people eating shit on the sidewalk.
Were you eating shit also, or is it just the old people?
It's just, I might have tripped a couple times, but
you've got
it's mostly the old people.
You've got the youthful dexterity to regain.
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm a huge. I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of your work, and I especially like the Rate the Gate TikTok video. I love that shit. It's fucking cracks me up every time I watch it. So
thank you, man.
Keep the artistic juices flowing, man.
Hell yeah.
You're a hilarious guy.
Lots of new stuff is coming very soon. You'll see. Hey, thanks for calling in. It was good talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me. Take care, guys.
All right, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, there is lots of new stuff coming. That wasn't a lie. That wasn't a lie. No, I'll talk more about it later. Come on.
Call from
Thomas.
Thomas? Thomas? Was it?
Hey, it's Thomas.
How's it going, Thomas?
I'm good. I'm hanging out. I just made some food. I got to go mute my computer because I'm listening to the show.
Yeah. Well,
it's tripping me out.
What'd you make? What's the food sitch?
Food sitch was some cauliflower and zucchini that I baked in the oven. And then to go with it, just like a bunch of ground beef and like some eggs mixed in there.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean?
What? Is it just like in a big bowl? You just like a chop suey or something?
It is in a big bowl. I just put the ground beef in the oven as well because it's like I can just kind of do other stuff while it's going.
What do you do with what are you putting on the cauliflower? How are you dressing that? What are you doing? Don't tell me you're just putting that in there dry. Don't tell me that.
I'm not. So this time I just went with like animal fat because I had some.
What kind? Lard?
Duck
tallow? Ooh!
Yeah.
What the fuck? Where'd you get that?
Yeah, at the supermarket. The thing is, they stopped selling beef tallow at the supermarket.
They sell duck fat though?
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't understand because like I feel like the demand for beef tallow is higher. I really don't. It like baffles me. Anyways, so I've had to kind of switch to duck fat.
Sounds delicious though.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame. But you know, that last guy, he lives in St. Paul. I live in Minneapolis. I just wanted to say quickly, you know, this whole winter parking restrictions is what it's called. It's fucking really stupid. They do straight up just all odd sides of the road. You can't park on them. It's fucking insane.
Is that like, do you have to like look that up on the internet, or do they have signs that are like, hey, like on the special condition that it's snowing really hard, this side of the road is reserved for not parking?
So the snow emergency is even more complicated, because the snow emergency is like, okay, Minneapolis or St. Paul will declare a snow emergency whenever the fuck they want. You have to be on top of looking it up to make sure that it is one. And then it's like, day one, you can park certain places, but you can't park others. And day two, you have to move your car. And you got to move it. No, day one, I'm looking at it right now. Day one is 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. So they'll declare a snow emergency at like 7:30 p.m. and then be like, yeah, by 9 p.m. you have to move your car off of these streets. And then the next morning at 8 a.m., you got to move your car from where you parked it to move it out of the first road to move it onto some different road by 8 a.m. And honestly, dude, I've seen the fucking parking people. They're out at like 8:05, and they are just dishing out tickets left and right.
Have you been towed ever for that?
I got towed last year, and I promised myself that I would never get towed again by this evil city. I got a ticket this year, but I didn't get towed.
How much did it run you when you got towed to get your car back?
Oh, man, I want to say like all told, it was probably like $200.
Dude, and they're just ready, like you said. Like this is like the moment for the towing companies. It's like, we're gonna fucking pull in so much money today. All we have to do is fuck over everybody in the city.
Dude, I was so mad. I was prepared to like burn down government buildings. Like, that's a joke, of course, not really. But
no, we know.
You know,
you.
I just, yeah. Wanted to touch on that real quick. Minneapolis and St. Paul is just, there's a lot of stupid rules. And the whole thing about not parking on odd sides of the road until April is like, they say it's to make more room for the snowplows so they can get through, you know, because they're wide. And like, yes, it's true, when the streets aren't plowed and people are parked on both sides, the roads have gotten progressively thinner. But, you know, then you'd think that the odd side of the road that is open and clear now, you think the snowplows would do their fucking job and plow it, but they don't. It's just like, now we just have an empty side of the street that's like got a lot of snow on it.
I remember when I've traveled to Montreal before when it's they've had a lot of snow, and I don't think they do like the snow emergency, but you get the alternative to that, which is like, all right, we don't care. You can park wherever you want, but the snowplows are going to come through, and they are going to bury your car in snow. And if you don't have a shovel, like, you are just going to be stuck. Because my friend who lived in Montreal lived in like this. He lived right on the cusp of this Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, and I remember the last time I was there, like, not having a shovel. Everyone there is all prepared because they know they live there. They know what happens. But like, I got totally buried, and I didn't have a shovel, and I'm just like kicking snow, like just trying to hurl snow with like both grabbing a double arm full of snow and throwing it away, and just like a whole crowd of Hasidic Jews just laughing at me, not laughing, but looking at me and just knowing like this,
laughing with their eyes.
Yeah, exactly. I knew what they were thinking.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really,
one of the bad snowstorms this year. I forget where I was driving, but I immediately got stuck. And so I'm just sitting there. I like have gotten my car completely stuck in the middle of this intersection. And nobody's on the roads because they're fucked up. And so I'm like just digging out my car with my, feet and my hands and like this little thing that I have to brush away the snow on my, on my dashboard, on my windshield.
Right.
And I'm doing that for 20, 30 minutes and no progress is being made because there's a fuck ton of snow and it's hard. And my car is just not moving. And, Christ Almighty sent down an angel. This guy drove by in a truck and he rolls the window down and he's like, if you don't care about it, I can kiss the bumper for you and push you out. And I was just like, fuck yeah, you will. And then, he just basically repeatedly rammed the back of my car until I got free.
You see, he made it sound so nice in the offer.
I know.
I'll kiss your bumper. What I really mean is I'm about to crash into you until you're free.
Essentially, it was that. I'm not going to lie. It was like the most. I was having like a panic attack in my car. While
Were you so you're in the car getting crashed into, and like you're gonna use the jolt as the initial energy?
Yes, exactly. Well, so he would kiss my bumper, and then he would like accelerate just hard, and then he'd kind of back up a bit, and then just like slowly just basically lean into me, and then just like press down on the gas, just like wheels spinning until we caught a little bit of traction.
Dude, that sounds,
and it worked.
Sounds super hot.
The thing is, I can't tell if it fucked up my car because my car is so fucked up and it's such a piece of shit. The other day, I got a note on my the windshield that said, like, hey, I dinged your car. And there was a snowplow on the road. Like, it was a tight space. I'm sorry if you want to, like, you know, get my insurance involved. Here's my phone number. And I was like, oh, that's sick. I got a girl's number. That's awesome. And then, yeah, so I looked for the ding for about 4 seconds. I couldn't find anything. And I was just like, because my whole car is dinged up, you know?
Right.
I'm just like, yeah, I just never texted her. I was just like, you know.
Maybe
fine.
they didn't. Maybe they didn't even. They were just trying to use that as an in.
Maybe they're a stalker, like just trying to concoct a relationship with me. Maybe it was that guy on the previous call. He's looking for friends.
The only note I ever got on my car was someone was complaining about my park job or something. They left like a real passive-aggressive note that was just like, it asked a series of questions and then it answered them. It was like, should I park this close to this guy? No. Am I an asshole for doing it? Yes.
Oh, man.
And
one time, my mom and I were at the supermarket, and we come back out to her car, and like somebody wrote on her window with like that car marker shit,
Ooh.
and they just wrote like, thanks for parking so close to my fucking car.
Jesus.
Just all caps. And we were in the supermarket for like 20 minutes, so I'm just like, damn, bro, like you could have just gotten caught in the act.
They've got it at
What
the ready.
guts?
People are ready to write threatening notes on cars.
Yes. Well, here I want to keep to the themes of the show, and I want to hit up gains real quick, and then I'll kind of let other people have their moment.
What are your gains?
Well, I told you this already, but we won Best Comedy Short at Midwest Weird Fest, bitch.
Right. Hell yeah. This is the Mammoth in Space, and we did that video Voyeurism, which I shared a while ago. And yeah, tell us what happened. You sent it into this festival?
I sent it into this festival. It's in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Technically, I'm not allowed to say that I won yet because the winners haven't been announced, but who the fuck cares? So it's a small festival in Wisconsin. I went. It was a lot of fun. I just stayed for like my batch of shorts, and I kind of wish I'd stayed for longer because it was fun, but I just kind of left immediately.
Was the category like comedy short?
No, the category was called, I think, Strange Snippets. And there were like 15 shorts, and they're all pretty weird in their own ways. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. And then voyeurism came, and honestly, dude, we stole the show. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gassing myself up. You know, we did, and then you know,
hell yeah.
I was just like, whatever. I was happy. It's for the first festival that not rejected me, and so it's the first time I've ever seen anything I've made screened, which was radical. I don't know if you've ever seen any of your videos screened, but it's an experience.
I have once, but I had a horrible experience.
Oh, really?
I had made this video a long time ago, or almost like simultaneous with like the beginning of the Minute Hour shit. And there was a show in LA called Channel 101, which is a great show where people submit short videos, and like they try to, it's like a bunch of people submit, they collect a few of them, and they screen them, and then the audience votes, and it's like the top ones then have to make a series out of their video, and they keep making the videos and submitting them and stuff. But I did this one video, and it just was
video?
fucking.
Is it one on your channel?
It's not one that anyone's seen. No, it's a.
Okay.
It was a video about
prior.
It's early shit, but it's not. I mean, it's a video that I still like. But I remember going to the show and just all the other videos, like they clearly had brought like a bunch of people who were like loving it, and just like they were watching like their friends' videos, and then my video came on and. Dead silence. Dead silence. Yeah, it was just me, and I'm not gonna laugh for my video because nobody else is laughing.
You should have held it down. You should have been like, "Oh yeah."
I was like, I was like 50 or 60 votes like behind fourth place out of 5 people. It was
Oh no.
it was horrible. So I'm glad that you actually got the good experience.
I did, yeah, man. It was great. It makes me wanna like try to get shit screened more. Even if like, you know, it's the smallest, dingiest, even if there's less people, like, you know, the theater was like half full or whatever.
Yeah, well, you said you had to go to Wisconsin for this fest?
Yes.
They don't
it
got
was
shit where you're at in Minnesota?
They do, but it's like the more official festivals will just straight up reject me. And I did submit to one in Chicago. It's like, what I've found is like the ones that will end up accepting stuff like voyeurism are the ones that are kind of like thematically around either underground stuff or like weird stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like the big official like Twin Cities Film Festival, they probably just reject me out of hand. I emailed them just to like, you gotta pay to fucking submit to these things, which is annoying. But I emailed Twin Cities Film Festival and they were just like, some of these festivals have rules about if it's publicly available online, then it's not eligible.
Right.
Which is fucking stupid. And because I emailed them and I was like, hey, like, no one's seen voyeurism, and I guarantee you, no one in the audience will have seen it. But can you just consider it to be played? And they were like, sorry. No.
That is very stupid. Like it is technically available online, but like there's clearly it's not like widely available.
Yeah, I'm just like literally. There is no chance anyone in any audience at that festival will have seen my video. I promise. Like, it would baffle me, and the only people who have are my friends. Like, so I am trying to get into more stuff. Also, just quick, I'm in your fucking hood in a month, bitch. You got to get back to me on Discord.
Hell yeah, no, yeah. It's actually that's gonna work out perfectly because I am flying out of New York the day after you are leaving New York.
Oh, sweet. So are you flying out of?
So I'm gonna so I'll be in NYC when you are there.
Oh my god, dude, that is so exciting! I can't wait to finally meet you. This guy last time, you know, I was really relating to the guy just on the call. But man, I can't wait to put the face to the online friend.
Dude, yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna be great. Looking forward to it myself. Hey, thanks for calling in.
Yes, love talking to you. I love the show. I'm going to keep listening while I eat.
All right, hell yeah. Your cauliflower duck fat confit.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
All right, see you, dude. Nice. Yes, Mammoth in Space, channel I've linked before and I've worked with a few times before, made a couple of videos together. That video of voyeurism is our most recent collab. And as he was just saying, it won a freaking award in Wisconsin.
Call from
Aiden.
Aiden?
Yeah, hey.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. We're talking about our gains today. You have any gains you'd like to report?
Well, we've been gaining a bit of snow over here recently.
How much? How much are we talking?
Not as much as I'd like.
Where are we at? Half a foot? Less?
Probably about half a foot.
That's all right. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Why are you looking for the snow? Why you want the snow?
Well, I've been trying to get up doing some skiing, but it's been kind of lame recently. But we've been getting better. The snow's been getting good.
What are the ideal skiing conditions?
Anything that isn't ice. Yeah, because when you're on ice, it's like ice skating, but without the fun part of ice skating. I don't know what the fun part of ice skating is.
Like you wouldn't have the fine control of movement.
Yeah, it's more like sliding down, eating crap.
Yeah, that sounds bad. Have you been able to ski this season yet?
I went up on Friday, and it was pretty good, but it was actually the last day of night skiing over where I'm at.
Ooh, night skiing. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, they've got some lights they throw up. You can see all right. Runs get tracked out pretty fast, but for the most part, it's all right.
You ever know anybody who died skiing or got seriously injured or minorly injured?
I know quite a few people who got minorly injured.
Mm-hmm.
One guy I know right now, he tore his ACL, and he's in denial about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he went to the doctor last week, got it checked out. You might have to get some surgery to have that fixed.
Damn.
Yeah. No one I know has died, though.
What? How do you tear your ACL? Like, does your ski get caught in some shit? Like, what goes on there? The only skiing injury I know of is running into a tree and dying.
Yeah, that's what happens when it gets icy. But your ACL might be like if you're skiing and your knees are locked straight, or if you're way behind, like leaning way back and not leaning into the ski, you hit something like maybe a chunk of snow, or you stop way faster than you want to, and it just overstretches it, and you go pop.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
you've never gotten injured?
Right down. I haven't gotten injured yet. I've hit my head a couple times, and you're wearing a helmet, but like you catch an edge, you get whacked down pretty hard.
Damn, just from wiping out?
Yeah. One time I was doing some night skiing, and it was pretty bumpy and pretty icy, and I launched off of this mogul bump thing, and my ski popped off, and I landed on the binding part, and it like left a gash in my side for like the rest of the season. But
did that stop you from continuing to ski?
I actually got right back on the lift, did another lap before I realized there was blood all down my side.
Holy cow, Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude, so skiing must be fun then, if you're willing to ignore mortal injury. Not fully mortal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a lot of fun. It's really nice when you get to go out and there's like no one else around, so night skiing's nice for that because it's really empty most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you go ski touring where you put on some skins and then you can ski uphill. All of a sudden you go out way into the woods.
How does that work? What do you mean, skins? What is that?
So it's like back in the ancient day or whenever, they threw animal skins on the bottoms of their skis. And you can kind of shuffle your way up hills, and the fur on the bottom of it grips into the snow and it won't let you slide backwards.
So is it like hiking? What does it feel like?
It feels like you're like if you're wearing socks and you just kind of shuffle down a hallway, like a hardwood floor hallway.
Ah, okay.
Kind of like that, because you're not lifting your feet off the ground, but you are kind of going through the walking motions.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of work, but it's nice once you're where you want to be and then going back down the hill.
So you're pretty much at the end of the season at this point. Like, are you holding out hope for one last big snow?
I'm hoping so. If we get it, they might stay open a little bit longer. There's probably another couple weeks of like daytime skiing.
Mm-hmm.
But with spring coming around, it means that like up on the big mountains, I'm over in like the Seattle area, so the like Mount Rainier and those kinds of mountains, they start getting safer to go out on, and the snow gets pretty nice out there up until like July.
Seattle has been getting a lot of mentions on this show so far.
Yeah, I know.
A hip happening region. What do you think? What's your opinion on the greater Northwest?
Well, the city is pretty crap. That's been gone over before.
That's been documented. Okay.
Yeah. It's just like someone was saying earlier. It's like there's so many problems, so much homeless, so much
Mm-hmm.
just everything, and like you pretty much want to just get in and get out if you need to grab anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the surrounding areas are pretty nice. You get a little bit further out of the city into more of the suburby areas. And that's where the quality gets up a little bit better.
Nice, nice. You been there for a while?
Yeah,
Cool.
it'd be cool to go up maybe further north, up into like where Bellingham is. They have it's
that
like an
still
older,
the
it's more like
US?
an east. Yeah, it looks more like an East Coasty town, still in Washington.
Have you ever been up to like British Columbia?
Yeah, I was just there.
Oh, nice. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's beautiful up there. I mean, on their license plate it says "Beautiful British Columbia," our favorite little acronym.
That's nice.
Yeah, but like Vancouver is just another city. But once you get up past that, it's just the mountains just get enormous. You can't see them all in one go. Like you're looking out your car window, you can't see the tops and you can't see the bottoms. You're just driving through them.
I've not been to the state of Washington or the province of British Columbia, but I've been to Portland, Oregon, and Juneau, Alaska, and between the two of them, you know, everything you're talking about is between those two. But
Yeah,
those are great places. I mean, the Pacific Northwest is very beautiful. It's like it reminds me of the Northeast. Have you ever been to the Northeast?
yeah. I went up to Maine a few years ago.
Oh, nice. Like having the mountains and hills, it's just kind of different trees and a slightly different climate and stuff. But I really like the Pacific Northwest. It's nice out there.
Yeah. What were you doing out in Portland?
I was visiting. I used to room with this guy in L.A. who was from Eugene, Oregon, and so we visited Eugene and then Portland. That was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and it was nice there. But I would say even in Portland, I noticed an insane amount of homeless people, and even in Eugene, like the smaller city. It's like, and they don't even call them homeless. They got like special names up there for people like transients, and they call them other, what are do they use other words? I feel like there's one I'm forgetting where I don't know. They're like so prevalent out there that they had to come up with like 5 different names for what to call homeless people.
Yeah, it's Portland's really bad.
Yeah,
When
there
you
were like
there, did you go to
whole
Voodoo
caravan cities. Sorry, what?
Donuts? Oh yeah. When you were there, did you go to Voodoo Donuts?
Maybe we did go to some donut. Yeah, we did. We actually went.
Yeah.
And we got like we went at the end of the day and we got a bucket of donuts.
Yeah. They've got some weird ones there.
Yeah, it was like that was their they did a thing where it was like if you go right before they close, you could get a bucket of all their old donuts from the day. And it was just every kind. And yeah, it was like all weird cereal donuts and I don't remember any of them really. Cookies and cream and shit. Wacky shit.
Yeah. They've got one you have to ask for it special, but it's called the Cock and Balls.
Nice. What is that?
It's just what it sounds like. Cream-filled donut.
Oh. Where are the balls? Does it come with balls?
It does. It's literally they took like a maple bar type thing, and then they took 2 like jelly-filled donuts, and they bake them together.
Dear
It's
God.
huge too. It's like the biggest donut they sell.
Nice. All right, well, hey, dude, thanks for calling in. It was good talking to you, man.
Yeah, you too. Have a great one.
Yeah, have a good one, man. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back in, let's see, what's the next song? 1 minute and 47 seconds. Okay, bye. Okay, short breaks today. Okay, before we go into the calls here, 'cause this might be the last portion of the show, you know. I like these quick, short shows, you know. Once you go past 3 hours, it's really, I don't know, catering to a different audience. Anyway, regardless of all that, before we go on here, hey, the show, the call-in show has a sponsor. It's sponsored by Chunk. chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. And unlike the sponsors for many other shows in the world, or I would say all the shows in the world, this is not some random third party who has paid me money to mention their name. This is my company that I started about 4 months ago with Moxie Famous. Okay, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. Chunk is a printing and publishing company where every month we are printing and publishing and mailing out a new piece of physical media by a unique independent artist. A lot of names who are familiar on this channel, people who I collaborate with regularly. If you go to chunkmonthly.gumroad.com and click on the membership option there, you pay $10 a month, and every month you will get in the mail a new piece of physical media, a new package. We're doing zines, comic books, CDs, DVDs, all kinds of shit. It is very, very early days for Chunk. We've only started this a few months ago, but the future is bright, you know. We are always experimenting with new forms and new equipment. We've been upgrading our production processes for several years at this point while we've been making the zine. Chunk is kind of the culmination of 5 years of effort where we've been making and we've been printing our own zines for a long time, and now we're printing more than just The Mighty Lighthouse, which is a long time running zine that we do as a collaborative thing between myself, Moxie Famous, and the greater TMH community. Chunk is about highlighting specific artists, making solo works, and printing their shit and doing it real high quality and getting it out there, making it handcrafted, fine attention to detail. That's what Moxie does. He does all the printing shit. Printing and trimming and stapling and folding, getting everything just right, looking excellent, you know. We're not sending out just pre-produced crap. We're not sending some file to some printer who is some online piece of shit who doesn't give a goddamn piece of fucking shit about anything that we do. We do it all in-house. It is all DIY, and we care a lot about what we are sending out, so we think that reflects in the final product that you actually get. Just sent out a bunch of chunks about a week or two ago, and there's more on the way. Right now, if you go to chunkmonthly.gumroad.com and you subscribe to the monthly option where you're paying $10 a month, if you do that right now, the first chunk that you will get is the Signal Return Episode 7 Extended Release CD, which is over an hour of music from people who submit to Signal Return, the show that we do, sort of the audiovisual version of the zine. The next episode of Signal Return, episode 7, is coming out soon, in a month or less. It'll be out in time for the CD. But the episode itself is, you know, it's like 30 minutes or less. It's got a lot of this music, but it's also got a lot of talky bits and things. And there's basically not enough room in an episode of Signal Return to include all of the music that is very, very good, that I enjoy, that is being submitted. So we're doing the CD. It's the extended release CD. It's got all of the music from this upcoming episode, plus a whole bunch of other music. It's a compilation CD. It's got like 45 tracks from 26 artists. And like I said, like the Signal Return is maybe like 30 minutes or less. This CD is more like 60 or 70 minutes of music. It's still in the design phase, so I don't really have a lot to show you for it. Like, I can't show you what it's going to look like right now, but the music that you've been hearing today is all from the CD, and there's a lot more. You've only been hearing a very small portion of the CD. So if you go to chunkmonthly.gumroad.com and you sign up for the $10 a month, the first thing that you would get, if you sign up today, the first thing you would get is this Signal Return Episode 7 Extended Release CD. There is other shit, a chunk. It's like we've already put out a few things, and if you missed like the last month's chunk, we're also going to be that'll be available to buy in a little bit. But right now, the main thing that I'm saying is if you sign up for the monthly membership, what you will get first is this Signal Return CD. Okay? So if you like the music from this show, you can click on the description of this video and you can check out the individual artists. Some of them have their music online. Or you can sign up for the CD, get it in the mail in about a month. Okie dokie, that's the chunk sell. You can see we got the chunk branding now. There's going to be a lot more chunk branding soon. I'm still working on getting that all set. But like, chunk is the thing. That's the big thing here. We want to get people involved with chunk. The more people we get doing the monthly subscription, the more we're able to upgrade our equipment and production processes and make chunks that are fucking awesome, They're already pretty great. They're the highest quality things that we've ever made. But there's a lot of room for improvement still. But yeah, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. Go there. Pay us $10. Get something in the mail. It's a good deal. It's the cost of one big sandwich. I actually didn't want I forgot I didn't want to say that because a sandwich sounds very valuable. It's like, I don't want to give up one big sandwich a month, but, try to think of something else that costs $10. It's less valuable.
Call from
Jack.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. A little bit of a lazy Sunday. How about you?
I was similar. I took a nap today.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, it's great. I had the weird sleep because of the daylight savings or whatever.
I totally forgot about that. I literally just realized it a little while ago, and I looked at the clock on my wall, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. Daylight savings.
Just lost an hour because the
Pretty
government
much.
said so.
I thought they were going to do away with that. I could have swore I remember hearing something like last year that like Congress was going to change the rules of the planet.
Which
and
was
they weren't gonna-
funny. I did like that also. I think this is the last one. I think that we never are changing the clocks ever again.
Is it?
It's literally the end times. The end of time. Sorry, what?
Oh wow, man.
I mean, we're ending time as we know it.
That's metal as fuck. Honestly.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, dude.
No, I don't know the fucking. I don't know the history of daylight saving. Apparently, that was a big congressional issue at some point. It's like, of all the issues in the world, daylight savings is probably the most pressing one.
I thought it had something to do with farming or World War II. I can't remember what one it is.
When it was created, or when, or that's what made us stop doing it recently.
No, that's what was created for.
Yeah.
It's like 5 more times for farming or for like bombing runs or some. I can't remember.
If it's like for farming, I mean, if it's for any, why can't you just pretend that it's an hour earlier? Why does it have to be everyone is on the same? Why not just like, I'm gonna wake up an hour earlier so I can farm more? Why do I have to be? I don't get it, bro.
Yeah, that does seem like a lot of white farmer privilege there, doesn't it?
Hey, so we're talking about the gains that people have earned recently, I guess. You got any gains you want to share?
Well, apparently those farmers gained the whole fucking hour. So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
one. We could talk that up.
Or are they losing an hour? They gained an hour 100 years ago, and now we've finally taken it back to the people.
Yeah, true, man. God damn, this is actually turning out to be a pretty cool story, like with the daylight savings.
I think we should introduce a new bill in Congress. Just add 2 hours to the day. Make a 26-hour day.
Just needlessly.
For extra sleep, you know?
Yeah, true. Actually, no, I could totally take
It's
that
either
one, dude.
that's the partisan line. It's either for extra sleep or for extra work, and that's where the divide is.
You know they would just turn it into work. You know they would.
But we could still agree that there should be an extra 2 hours, no matter what it's used for.
Yeah.
Alright,
That'd actually be pretty cool, man. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if I could, I'd like to gain a little bit of knowledge that you might be able to help me out with.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Did you do all the music for Purgatory yourself?
No.
No, you didn't? Oh shit.
Dude, I'd have to look it up, but the vast majority of music in Purgatory is that guy Philip Glass. You know who he is?
Oh, okay. I've seen the name before, but I didn't think to look it up.
But when I was doing Purgatory, I don't think I was making any music at that point.
Oh, but you do make music now. Like you yourself do it.
I have slowly gotten to that point, and now like when I try to do the shorter compilations, I want to use my music. But back in the day, I was stealing all of it.
Okay.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, true.
Because then get
man.
people like you just assume that I'm a super genius who can compose amazing works of music. I didn't do any of that.
Well, Purgatory, I mean, we're talking about all your older material. And then Seattle, I just want to shout out Seattle, just because that seems to be every caller's talking about Seattle. I don't know anything about Seattle, but Seattle. And Purgatory, yeah, is my favorite album of yours that you've done, man. I absolutely love that one. That's why I wanted to ask you about it.
Nice, dude. What's the standout track for you?
Oh, man, it's hard because there's so many of them that I really, really like. Like, just technically wise, the one where it's the people talking over each other, and then they just go into, what is it?
Oh, yeah.
It's not Silver Bells.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
song is that?
I also forget the name.
Yeah, that one's fucking awesome. Just because it's like audio wise, it just sounds fucking awesome, man. I really like that one.
That was
and then
real...
the gay preacher, I really like that one. That one's fucking hilarious.
Dude, all that shit's so old now. That's like 8 years old.
Yeah. Now, I actually, Shoebop was how I discovered you. A buddy of mine showed it to me. And he was like, dude, check this shit out. Whoa. And it was just fucking hilarious. And then
that's
when I went into the channel and I was like, holy shit, these albums are fucking gold.
What made you commit to a whole album? Like the Purgatory is like 50 minutes or something.
Oh, well, it's really interesting. I don't have a life. So it frees up a lot. I gain a lot of time, you know?
But like, are you driving a lot? Like I know that like, listening to an audio thing for 50 minutes, like that's hard to do when you're just like sitting at your computer. But is that how you did it?
Honestly, dude, sometimes, shower, like if I'm taking a shower and getting ready or something, I haven't really listened to your material at work, but I work for the city that I live in, so I'm like a grass cutter. I work for the parts department. Mm. So, I mean, I just throw on, like my ear protection that's got like Bluetooth in it, right. And I can just do shit all day, man.
Dude, nice. So have you listened to all the albums, or is Purgatory the one it does it for you? You don't need to.
I've listened to. I know I have listened to all of them, but I go back to Purgatory regularly. Judgment's pretty funny too. I do like Judgment as well. That one's pretty well done. Like okay, that's another thing I wanted to ask you about is, was there a theme or a thought behind the Go On?
in the Judgment album? Like that seemed like it
no.
was kind of a theme throughout the entire thing. Maybe I'm just dumb.
No,
and
it was
missing
just good luck. When I was making the football body one, I think is the first one that has the keep going thing, and
Was it football? I thought it was lobotomy. The one that has lobotomy every birthday or whatever.
That one-
that was the first.
I made that one after. They're both in Judgment, I think, but the football body one was like November 2015, and the 23 lobotomies is 2016. But yeah, it was definitely like I was making that football body one, and it was a lot of improv as the dude, the guy, the football dude,
Yeah.
and then just I don't know, it was just total luck, just like realizing that would be funny. Like while I was editing it, that the interviewer like has no questions, he just says keep going over and over.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's just luck. It just happened. It saved those bits in some ways.
It was, I mean, like I said, I absolutely love your material, but that one in particular, I was just like, man, is there some kind of underlying joke or theme, or is there some kind of lesson I'm missing here, you know?
No, there's certainly not a
I do gotta
lesson.
say, back to Purgatory, the one of the ones that I quote is the fucking Guy Fieri one. I do that one at work.
Oh,
Where it's
nice.
like, hey, there's 3 things you need to know. And then the third one's none of your fucking business. I say that at work all the time.
Nice. That was like
Oh,
that's one of the first ones I ever made for the Minute Hour.
God damn, man.
Like 8 years ago or whatever, dude.
Yeah.
It's cool that you heard the Shoe Buddy Bop as your first thing, which is like recent. It's like in the past year, and then you actually went back and looked at the old stuff. I feel like most people who get involved with the Minute Hour through the animations, they really aren't interested in like they only just want to see new animations.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what
you-
was it that made you like commit to the fucking audio stuff?
Well, so my old man, he, goddamn, I can't remember.
His
Man,
name.
have you ever heard of Fire Sign Theater?
It sounds familiar actually, but I can't really recall it.
Okay, it's kind of what you do, where they would do like recordings, and it was a comedy ensemble, kind of like Monty Python, but I believe that their material was primarily audio, and they would just do like you do, where it's like and not like they have a Foley board. I don't even know if that's the right term for it, but I grew up on a lot of that comedy, and like Nick Danger, Third Eye. I'm probably quoting a bunch of old boomer shit that nobody even fucking knows.
Yeah.
But
I remember hearing
grew up-
with my Mormon friends when I was growing up, they would play the old Monty Python audio tapes. There was a lot of old audio sketches they did.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I grew up with that kind of stuff from my dad. So listening to your material was, I mean, kind of like right at home for me. I grew up with that kind of comedy, so I just really relate and connect to it very easily.
Good. You had you had some prior experience. I think like when people are on YouTube and they click a YouTube video and they realize it's going to be just audio, I think 99.9% of people immediately close out of that video.
I think so too. Yeah, I definitely think so too.
It's just like,
well, I mean, you kind of mentioned it a little bit with the stream here, how you're cutting it down on time. I think the amount of time really is daunting to people as well.
Yeah.
Like when they look at one of the albums and they're like, "Oh man, this is like an hour long." I mean, for me, it's like, "Oh, awesome! This is an hour long." Like I've got, I don't know, man. Like I love it when it's super long. Like I listen to the streams, I listen to them over again. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like that's something that people don't really do. Like listen to long form entertainment.
In defense of those people, I would say, I think part of what it is like when we're clicking on something on YouTube, we're going into it with like so little knowledge of the creator. And we make a snap judgment of like, how much effort do I think this person actually put in? Like, is this actually going to be worth my time? When it's video, you can tell right away. Like when you click on a video, it's like you can see how much production value this video has, like instantly or within like 5 seconds. Whereas with audio, it's like you don't even have video to do that. It's like anybody, any random person in the entire world could do what I do and just make a 50-minute audio thing. It doesn't have to be good. Like there's no reason to believe that a 50-minute audio thing on YouTube is going to be good at all. There's no barrier to entry, so it's like someone could click on that and just be like, "Oh, this is just some fucking guy who just does audio." Like I just don't care. Like there's no reason for me to believe that this is going to be good.
Well, I'd have to say to take a little bit of a different angle. Like I think people also just have difficulty paying attention to the material when they don't have a visual medium. Like I know my wife is like that. Like me and my wife, we actually listened to Purgatory all the way through together. And she said that for herself, like she has trouble paying attention when it's just like somebody talking, because I don't know. That's just the way. Like I tried to listen to like podcasts with you, and she like can't pay attention when it's not a visual media as well.
Right. There's definitely a lot of people like that. That's sort of the fun thing about the Minute Hour, though, is like people want to put it on in the background because it's audio, but it's always got the screaming and stuff where it's like it demands that you listen to it.
Yeah,
you can't just have it in the background.
Well, if you put it on the background, like I can't imagine that I'd put it on in the background of the shop while we're like working on the tractors or something. And then in the background, it's like, and next we'll get their opinion on same-sex abortion. It's like, what the fuck did he just say?
It's not chill. It's not chill at all. It's the opposite of lo-fi beats to relax and study to.
Yeah. But either way, I recently gained a new bass guitar, man. It was about a month ago or so, but yeah, man, I got a new bass guitar. I'm really fucking excited about it, man.
You're a bassist?
I am a bassist, yes. I'm a very beginning bassist. I don't even think I've been playing 6 months yet, but yes, I am a bassist.
What got you into it?
So a long time ago, I just wanted to play an instrument because, I mean, this is like teenage years. So like I wanted to play an instrument because I knew that, you know, it's like good for your brain and for learning and all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, yeah, you know, that seems kind of interesting. I feel like I was at the point in my life where I would be able to take it seriously and not just be like a kid where I play it for like a week and then never, ever touch it ever again.
Right.
And so I really wanted to play bass just because it wasn't guitar. That was literally the reason. It wasn't guitar because everybody played electric guitar.
You knew too many guitar douches?
Maybe not so much that as I'm just a fucking hipster, honestly, when it comes down to it. Is it's like, if it's popular, I don't like it. You know, I mean, being honest with myself, but
I get it.
At the time, I was, you know, teenager, still living with my parents, and my dad convinced me to play 6-string acoustic guitar instead of bass. And I regretted it because I ended up losing interest after like a month or so. And then I was just like, well, this isn't what I want to fucking do. And I ended up picking up a bass, but it was like some $20 piece of shit on the side of the road kind of bass that wasn't even worth trying to play, and yada, yada, yada. So either way, eons passed, and then we're at present day. And I'm trying to look for like good constructive hobbies, you know, because I mean, I'm a red-blooded American, so shooting has been one of my hobbies, you know, most all my life. And it's so fucking expensive now that it's not even worthwhile. I've done it. So, I mean, not like I'm some fucking dead eye or something like that, but it's like once you really get the hang of shooting starts to lose its fun because it's like, okay, I can hit the target. Like, I can do this. It's
That's when you got to move on to start shooting people, moving targets, so like running away. What's expensive?
Go to
Is
a clock tower in Austin.
Yeah, then it'll up the skill level required.
Yeah.
What is it? The ammo that's really expensive?
Yeah, dude. Ammunition it's just, I mean, ever since the pandemic, it's just, so like pre-pandemic, box of 9mm, which is 50 cartridges, just standard, like, you know, full metal jacket, range ammunition, nothing fancy. It's like $13, $12, $13, $14. Nowadays, dude, that same box of ammo I've seen going for like $40. And it's like,
my God. Wow.
I'm not paying $40 for 9mm. Like, I'm not. And maybe it's just my area. People might chime in the comments like, what the fuck? But I mean, I live in the South, so like everyone has been panic buying ammo for years now.
Like, what does that have to do with the pandemic? Why are those related?
So I was actually a gun salesman when the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. Everybody literally thought it was going to turn into the fucking apocalypse.
Oh, okay. So it's like increased demand.
What was it? Was it Minneapolis? Was that the town where the big BML?
There was a lot in Wisconsin. There was a lot in Minnesota too. Yeah, because George Floyd was Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Okay. Well, they saw that happening, and again, I live in the South. They're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, they're gonna come kill us!" So they just. I'm not kidding you, dude. It was insanity. I mean, we damn near sold. I worked at one of the big box stores, like one of the big box outdoor stores that you probably recognize, and they're capable of like handling up to 1,000 guns in inventory, and we basically sold them all, dude.
Wow.
People came in and just bought.
Because people thought Civil War was coming?
Yeah, they legitimately thought Civil War was going to happen. And they were going to buy a single-shot bolt-action Cricket 22 to fucking fight off the Raiders. I don't know what the fuck people thought was going to happen, man. But
the Raiders were driving down from Minneapolis?
I guess so. I don't know, man.
Well, it was going to erupt everywhere. It was obviously the conflict was simmering in every corner of America.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a super tense time. So I can understand it happening, but essentially the gun market never bounced back. Like, gun prices are still insane. Ammunition prices are still insane. And it's like, I've got guns, I've got ammo, and it's like, I'm kind of all right. I'm good. You know, like it's a fun hobby and stuff, but I mean, like hunting ammunition, like my deer rifle is a 270. Dude, I used to be able to get a box of 270 like core lock, just basic deer hunting ammo for like $20. Now it's like 60, 70, and it's like it's not worth that. I'm not going to give that amount of money for 20 pieces of brass and lead. Like,
that's really
not
crazy.
Worth it.
It's gone up. It went up that quickly and like hasn't been coming down. That's so fucked up.
Yeah, because people are still buying it like crazy. I don't know, man. But either way, that's why I got into bass guitar, because it doesn't go away. I just bought it and it's still here. You know, I'm not gonna keep buying it every week or whatever.
So what have you been doing with that shit? You been you gonna form a band, or are you just doing some solo bass fun action?
Right now, I've got to be able to actually play. Like right now, I can play Seven Nation Army, and I can play Stir It Up by Bob Marley. So it's like I got 2 songs under my belt. Like I need to learn, but honestly, I would love to be able to get into a band and do like some light gigging on the weekends or something like that. I think that would be really fucking fun. I mean,
me too.
I was years and years and years ago. I actually completely forgot about that. Wow, you unlocked a memory for me.
Hell yeah.
I played bass guitar for the worship band at a church that I went to for like a few months, and it was a fucking blast, man. And I mean, it's just worship music, so it's not like we're shredding up some fucking death metal up there, but it's just real basic plucking along. But man, it was a blast doing it.
I gotta say, I can't really square that in my brain. I think of bass guitar just like like I just can't see it in the worship environment. Were there any sick bass licks for God, like sick hymn bass psalms?
Not really, dude. It's kind of like country music where it's just like boom, bada boom, bada dum, 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 bada boom. You know, it's just real basic plucking along with like the root notes.
Right. You gotta be like those people though, like you see like those videos on YouTube where it's like one member of the band is playing a lot harder than the others. Like it's like that drum guy where it's like a cover band playing. Right, yeah, the cover band playing like a ZZ Top song, and then they're all like 60-year-old dudes, but for some reason the drummer is just like going harder than anyone's ever gone on the drums ever before.
I always got that vibe from Primus. I know the other dudes in the band like rock out too, but it's like, man, Les really carries that band.
Dude, that could be you at the house of worship. Everyone's just confused as hell. It's like, why is the bassist going off? What is going on here? God is speaking
give like
through
a whole
him.
new meeting to John the Fisherman.
Dude,
turn it into a worship song.
I don't understand that reference.
Oh, you're not familiar with the song John the Fisherman by Primus?
No. I'm not a big Primus
guy.
It's
a song about this guy named John, and he wants to be a fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good enough for me. Hey, thanks for calling in, dude. It was great hearing from you.
Yeah, it's always a blast talking to you, man. I hope you have a good night, man.
You too, man. Like I said, great hearing from you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Oh.
Call from.
Hello?
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 Hey, what's up?
Who is this?
It's Shaggy.
What was it? What?
Are you streaming right now?
I burped right as you said your name. I couldn't hear it. But yeah, we're streaming. This is the show. What was your name?
Oh, holy... Dude, I'm Shaggy. What's up?
Oh, Shaggy. From Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's what all my friends call me.
I can't believe it.
Holy fuck, I can't believe I got on the show.
You sound nothing like Shaggy. All right, well, hey, Shaggy, hey, you're on the show. This is the real show. We're talking about gains today. You got any gains you wanted to report?
Oh, fuck, man. I just got accepted at a studio for music, audio production. Do you want to hear my real voice, or...
Is this not your real voice? Who's this?
No, it's not. No, I mean, so I've got a... Hey, how's it going?
Sounds... I mean, hey, I'm no expert, but this sounds like the voice I was just talking to.
Oh, was it? Oh my God!
Oh,
the voice box didn't work.
Okay, see, no, you're a little less garbly now.
Oh, well, that works. All right. Well, hey,
what does that mean? What does that mean? A studio? You guys? What is that? I don't understand. How this works.
I do audio production, and I went to a school for audio production for a while, and then I just got picked up by a studio to do an internship.
That sounds like exactly what you would want, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. It's kind of new. I mean, I started school like a long ass time ago before COVID happened, and then things just kept happening where schools shut down because of COVID, and I finally got through one finally. So
how does this work? Is the internship through your school, or are you totally done with school and now you're working on the career stuff?
It's actually done through the school. So the school actually has an internship program where they send me through things. So that's actually how they set me up.
Cool. So you're in. When did you get in? When do you start?
Tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah.
So what he told me too is that he's not going to be able to hire me afterwards, but he's going to be able to help me get my career started, introduce me to people, and I'll be able to freelance and stuff from here onward.
Okay. Well, I feel like, being in there in the environment is going to be a good experience regardless. What's this studio? It's near you?
Yeah, I'm out in Arizona, so it's out in it's out in the Phoenix area.
Do you know what sort of work they do?
I know that they've done metal before, and that they're also going to be. Or he does a lot more than just metal, but that was what got me intrigued in them in the first place. Was that I've seen that he worked with a lot of metal labels that I was interested in. But other than that, he was straight honest with me. Just like, I probably won't be able to get you a job, but I can introduce you to a lot of people and kind of get you out here, but you're going to really have to grind it. And I'm like, well, kind of sounds like what I want anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's I know nothing about this, but that does seem like how it works in general. Is like you guys just got to bust your ass for the right people, and then they know that you're the sort of guy who busts your ass, and then that helps you get work later on.
I mean, what do you mean you know nothing about this? You've released huge bops.
I've released what?
Huge bops.
Oh, I know nothing about how the industry functions. I do everything from my, from this room in my brother's house where the laundry is done. So I have no idea how it works, like the hierarchy or how one gets a job. I'm not like an audio engineer guy. That's just something I do out of necessity because that's what allows me to make stuff.
Right, but I mean, you still profit on it, right?
Very little, yes.
But that makes you an audio engineer. I mean, that's essentially all. Like that's.
But if
a musician / audio engineer is just doing the same thing you are.
Well, hey, but this is the thing is I really don't know. I really don't know how to audio engineer. I use Audacity. You know Audacity, right?
The Audacity, you have to talk to me about it.
Hey, I've used only Audacity for the past 8 years or whatever. I'm sure you guys are using fucking dolls. You guys must use dolls, right?
Dude, that's so fucking awesome, though. It's so cool because I love the Shoebop song. And it's like,
all
dude,
Audacity.
I still listen. Dude, I listen to that shit. It's so fucking awesome. It's, I don't know.
Dude, thank you.
It's too cool. The fact that that's all you're doing with it, but that's audio engineering. It doesn't matter about how in-depth or technical you are with it. It's about releasing good and palatable content.
Hey, I agree with you. But I know a lot of audio engineers who disagree with us.
I mean, what makes money? You know?
Not me, bro. Hey, so I knew.
Hey, dude, I would rather pay for you than a lot of other people. And
well, there's a lot. Like when I think of audio engineer people, I'm thinking of like the perfectionist type. That's like we're trying to. We're listening to the frequencies of each track, and like we're gonna make it so it's like the bass has to sit in this frequency. I've never done any kind of thing like that. Is that what you got to do? Like when you're audio engineering, is it about the hertz?
I mean, yeah, I do look at the frequency band. I do focus a lot on like, oh, hey, let's get rid of all the bass end on the guitar. Let's get rid of all the bass end on pretty much anything. Like you pretty much just go through and get rid of like 250 on everything. Like that's like a main thing, almost like get rid of, except for like kick drum and a couple other things. But it's like almost a necessity to go through and do that. Just get rid of the rumble to like kind of help things not be as muddy.
Right.
But at the end of the day, old school recording artists didn't have the opportunities that we did to do those types of things. They recorded things how it sounded good. And I feel like that's what you do. And like that was like listening to your stuff, it sounds good. And that's all it needs to do is sound good. You don't need to do extra things to make something sound good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, hell yeah. I mean, that's how this all works, is like, because I don't know the specifics of how to make it good, I just have to do it until I think it sounds good.
Bingo.
It was, hey, so when you're making stuff, then are you really focused on how do you merge the technical requirements of what you know should happen against the just like the moment to moment? How does this actually sound? Like, is this something that I like the way it sounds?
I guess a lot of that has to come more down to like, did I record it? Because there's like stages of it. Did I record it? Did I mix it? Did I master? Like, like there's kind of the layers of it. So if I recorded it, the way I go about it is I'm sitting down making sure that it sounds correct in the way that it's recorded, because that way when I go to mix it, it's much easier. If you have a good recording, you have a good mix. If you have a good mix, you have a good master. If you have a good master, you have a good song. Like, it's just the way I do. And I mean, to make it even dumber down, it's if you have a good musician, you have a good recording. So it's just like kind of goes in those like kind of layers, you know?
That's sort of a specific thing. If you're working in a studio, like, what is the audio engineer, when do they decide, like, that they didn't get it, that the musician didn't get it in the recording? Like, how much space do you give the person who's doing the recording to say, like, you know, they might think, because they're an idiot, like, oh, that sounded great, we just did it great, but, like, you're listening to it, and you're like, no, we actually didn't get what we need.
That happens more often than not, especially because nowadays it's a lot of rappers and stuff like that, and anybody can be famous nowadays, kind of thing. So it's a lot of these guys are hitting up audio engineers, and they're just like, hey, do this for me, and you're basically just trying to make their voice sound correct and trying to make it sound on beat and like doing a lot of that type of stuff. So it's, you don't ever really get the opportunity to tell your client no.
It's like that's not your job.
No, you're a lot of the times at the end of the day, that's the producer's job, and
right.
The work really is coming from like a million rappers that think they're gonna make it. They're the next big one. They're the next big guy, kind of thing.
Right.
So it really kind of comes down to that, and you can't tell them that they're wrong, but people will hire producers, and producers are the people that really tell you, hey, you did this incorrect. You need to do this better. You need to do this in a more fashionable way, and just kind of guide your music and make it better, I guess you could say.
Like, they're listening to the overall thing and being like, this is lacking in these very obscure, tenuous ways, whereas, like, your job is to just, no matter what kind of shit they give you, you're going to make their shit sound as good as possible.
Right now it is. I would like to get into a producer's position, which I've gotten to do a couple of times, but nothing super, like, nothing profitable. I did it for free, essentially, but it was definitely interesting, and I definitely gained a lot of experience from it.
So that's where you want to end up? Like, you're still early in your career here, where you're getting an internship. Is that what you want to do, though? You want to produce at some point?
Eventually, I'd love to. I mean, I think a big thing with audio is it's a very spiderweb career where you got to do everything. You can't only be a producer. You've also got to be an engineer. You've also got to be a fucking live sound guy. You've got to be essentially everything. Like, you got to be able to do theater. You got to be able to do, like, you could walk into a room and someone's like, hey, this is the console we gave you, or this, like, you have an M32 tonight, you have an X32, you have whatever, and you got to go in there and be able to make use of it and be able to guide the show through, and essentially.
Do you do live audio as well?
I've done live streams and stuff like that before with like vocals and stuff like that, learning on Twitch and stuff, how to like run my own shows and stuff like that. But nothing, I just did stuff like that like 5 times, but but yeah, no, just learning how to route audio properly and see how to like manage it, I guess you could say.
So you're starting this internship tomorrow, you said?
Yeah, I start tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll be in the studio, and the guy said that it's not like one of those internships where you got to like sweep the floor for 5 weeks until they actually accept you, kind of thing. He's like, no. Because of the fact that I don't plan on hiring you, I plan on getting you clientele and getting you out in the real world. He's going to be like starting me instantly tomorrow, so I'm really excited.
That's great. So like modern mixing, like it is all digital, but you still got like those big ass mixing boards, right? Like,
oh yeah, that's actually a lot of what I've learned on. And then I'm also really interested in so there's a difference between console and a oh shoot, why can't I think of the name?
Fake gamer.
No, so the console is like the big thing that you see in the studio with all the faders and all that stuff on it. And then a control surface. then you have a control surface, and the control surface connects to your DAW, and essentially is the faders in your DAW, and like it's a mock version of what the console is in the big studio.
Is that also a physical thing, or that's on the computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got faders, it's got the whole thing, and it controls your DAW. Like it connects to your DAW and controls it entirely.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's super awesome. I prefer those more or less nowadays. I mean, it's people are like, oh, I want a console because the console has a certain sound, the electricity, the frequency of the electricity. When you can hear the hum, and it has a different sound to it. And that's the big thing of like what a lot of people say about.
Yeah, it's the most important. That's the most important part of the music is the hum, the electric hum.
They want that old school sound, but the thing is again, nowadays we have plugins that do essentially the same thing, and it's getting to the point where it's like almost anybody can just be a home musician. It's kind of sad, but it does take a lot of knowledge. It does take like a certain know-how, but it is getting very close to the point where someone can just sit down and look up 5 different things and be able to like be a shitty fucking SoundCloud rapper.
Do you make your own or produce other people's music independently, or is this like do you have your own setup at home, or how do you do all this like for work?
I actually do have somewhat of a setup at home. I have a vocal booth in my living room, and then it connects to my room, and then I have HS5 monitors from Yamaha at my place, and I have them time aligned, and I also have them pressure aligned as well, so that they like put out the same pressure level as well as the same time level, and if you're in the same like triangle pressure of them, you get like perfect like acceptance of the sound, I guess. I don't know. Weird to explain, but so I got that going for me at my home and shit like that, and it's just and I do side work here. Like I've been writing a song for this dude. He's got a podcast. He does a wrestling podcast, so I've been doing like a whole wrestling intro for him, and then I've done small gigs around here and there. But I'm really, now that I'm done with school, trying to like full force get into it. So
like the career aspect of getting in to an established studio.
Yeah, well, not even getting into an established studio, just my biggest issue is I just couldn't break through and get into the scene with knowing the clientele. And like,
right.
And that's what he's going to help me with, is he's actually going to be introducing me to a lot of the clientele, and that's going to help me a lot.
Dude, so yeah, like you could lowball these SoundCloud rappers that go to the studio that you're interning in, and you could be like, hey, you can do this in my house.
And you can smoke as much weed as you want. A lot of the studios ain't gonna let you do it over there. I mean,
dude, that's actually a great idea. You get pretty much the same experience, except you get to smoke a fat dude beforehand. And I don't care. I'll smoke it with you, bruh.
Yeah, I'll just sit out here with you, man. We can fucking hide together.
All right, well, dude, that sounds great. I'm glad that you're getting into all that shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm super stoked to have been able to like talk to you. It's super crazy and amazing. Can I ask you a question though before you let me out of here?
Yeah, go for it.
What the fuck did he say?
I can't divulge that information, unfortunately. It's locked, sealed in a vault.
Well,
I don't have the combination.
Let you know one. Wait, say it.
I don't have the combination of the vault. I can't tell you. I don't know.
Well, I do want to tell you one more thing. I think that Fight Club was one of the most amazing like animations and voice acting that you did, and nobody else appreciates it as much as I do.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. It'll happen at some point. It'll make waves.
That last part I said in my head, that last part.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, thanks for calling in. It's good talking to you, man.
Yeah, dude, fuck yeah, man. I never expected to actually get accepted. So super awesome. Thank you so much. Fucking best of luck with everything else. I look forward to anything else you release.
You too, dude. Good luck with your internship tomorrow. Hell yeah. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Later.
Oh. Immediately. immediate.
Call from
Dude.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Who dis?
Hi.
What was your name or alias?
Oh, sorry, I've got my headphones on. I'm taking them off. I'm Brandon.
Brandon, how's it going?
I'm good.
We're talking about gains today. Your gains? You gain anything lately?
Yeah, lately I feel like I've gained quite a bit. Just a lot of knowledge on how to go about it, like working on different things.
Like what?
Just overall, like, balance, like, working out, sleeping right, all that kind of stuff. I've never really wanted to do it before, but recently I've just had a streak of bad luck and just trying to turn it into the best, I guess. Just kind of digging in deeper, working harder, that kind of thing.
Was there a particular thing that made you? I mean, it sounds like a big switch. You know, like you're switching and you're just. I mean, from what you said, it just sounds like you're improving everything in your life. What was it in particular that made you decide that everything needs to be different?
Well, this is going to sound kind of a little bit crazy, but almost the idea of thinking I could be almost like immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Just with the age that we're coming into, I think it's going to be like almost like a pay-to-win type thing.
Mm.
And like people that want it are going to get it, and then there's going to be some left over. So you may not be like perfect or have a lot of money, but if there's someone that wants to give it away, you've got to show that you want those gains. And like immortality would be a big gain. I think we're very close to it with AI and like that kind of thing. So,
what would be the version of immortality that you're talking about?
Living forever, like
Say again.
actually living forever, like I think
living what?
Living forever, like
Oh, forever.
I think in about 10 years we're gonna have the AI to master like all the genetic code and that kind of thing. And I think that just putting it out there that you want to live forever, like early, it sounds crazy, but it's almost like putting in a ticket for like this sort of lottery that I think there will be in the future.
Or like at the deli counter, just like who's going to get served first.
Yeah, exactly. And
but you're talking about your own body, right? Like, are you saying that like AI advancements will lead to medical advancements that allow you to live in your own body forever, or is this like an upload your consciousness and you live forever in the cloud? What's your specific idea of immortality?
I think that there will be both.
Mm.
And like I said, I think it will be like a lottery. Like in your own body will be like a first place prize, while maybe out of your body might be like a kind of second or third type deal. But I think it's important to sort of create a bridge to get there if you want to get there. I don't have like a lot of money or anything, and so I'm hoping just by putting it out there and going for the gains that I can do, like working out, sleeping better, eating right, and trying to be my own creative individual
with unique ideas that hopefully, I think the like ultra rich will get it and give it away to certain individuals. So it's just an idea. I think that going for games will give me that.
What is what about immortality appeals to you? Is it like having more time to do whatever you want to do? It's just like having living life without a time limit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the like sort of ultimate prize that you could ask for coming into this life and being able to live forever, taking like death off the table.
Do you think? I mean, my thought with immortality is that nobody's ever done that before in the history of the universe that we know of, at least. And so I would feel like anybody who does that in modern times would go insane and try to kill me in some way. Like they would. If there were immortal people and mortal people at the same time, I would feel very much like my life as a mortal person was in danger, and that the immortal people would be the enemy against me.
If you could tell the difference, I mean, at some point it would just become like a game. You would just be existing among mortals as an immortal person, I guess.
But I might make it my
depends
responsibility to like murder seemingly immortal people. It's like they spat in the face of God, and I would feel like it was my duty as a mortal to murder everybody who thinks that they're immortal, and I would kill them in whatever way I could possibly imagine.
Yes, I do think there would be many people like that, and
how do you respond to those people?
I think that it would come down to your social circles. Like I said, I think it'd be a game. It'd be like a risk game. You're rolling the dice, trying to get more people to your side versus the other. Mm-hmm. Like you're going to have people who are very against it, like people who do not think you should be able to live forever.
Yeah.
Or ask, that's not fair. I didn't get it. I didn't win the lottery.
Right.
It's like one of those things where a lot of people, like when they do win the lottery, they go very broke because they give everything away very quickly. And it would be the same with immortality, just people trying to, I guess, piggyback off that, trying to get it for themselves, that kind of thing.
What about having children? Would you still want to have kids if you were immortal?
I do not. I do not have kids, and I don't plan on it. I just want to live forever and do my own thing. I don't want to die off, but I don't want to add more, I guess, maybe problems to the world either. Like I consider all my problems my own.
I hate to say this because you're just a dude, and I don't hate you at all. But
yeah,
if this is the world that we're talking about, like people who don't want to have kids but want to live forever, like I'm sorry to say that I think that those people like you, they should be killed.
Maybe
because it's just you're unwilling to give up anything or to steward the world for the next generation. It's like that's the whole thing that makes us okay as people, is that we don't live forever. Like all the horrible people in the world, the only thing that makes their existence okay is that eventually they will die and we don't have to deal with them anymore. Whereas like if people can live forever, then it's like the worst people in the world with the most money can live forever and they can consolidate their power over thousands of years. Like, that sounds like the worst possible world imaginable.
Yeah, it would be pretty bad, but you could also just live life forever. Like, you know, learn anything you wanted, like every language, that kind of thing.
Why not just die? Why not just learn all that when you're dead?
Well,
What's being alive? Why is that so special? Why not just die?
It's like kind of like when you talk to your Discord friends or something, just having friends and working on things forever without ever having to worry about time. Time is just, as I get older, I feel like, you know, just this almost despair, like I'm getting older. But if you could live forever and do whatever you wanted, if you wanted to just waste years of your life working on one project, so imagine what you could create. Like,
that's an interesting point.
Just talking to people for years. If you could spend a century on one thing. And I have things like that, ideas in my head that it would take more than one life to get across, I feel like.
So what about the version of immortality where it's like the upload your mind to the cloud? Like, if you could live in the metaverse for an infinite amount of time and you could talk to all your Discord friends through VR and shit, but you aren't actually a physical body in real space who needs real resources. Like, that's sort of the thing is, like, immortality means that, like, if you are a human body, you're going to be consuming resources forever, and that means that human babies are not allowed to exist because you have to be consuming the resources that they would otherwise be consuming. But what about the alternative? Just like you upload your consciousness before you die, you get to live in the internet forever, and you also don't need to eat food that babies could be eating.
I mean, that I'd be okay with that personally myself. I would prefer to have a body though, because you never know what's on the other side. It's kind of like that teleportation question. Like, whenever you teleport, are you being physically destroyed and like rebuilt, or are you just teleporting? Like, you know, I think it's almost just a question of keeping your soul intact. Like, if you uploaded yourself, would you be able to continue working on the projects that you dreamed about that may take lifetimes? Ideas, just things like that. Or are you going to become just a chatbot, only able to generate text based off what other people are thinking and have inputted? Like, can you come up with original ideas?
That's a good question. It's sort of a I don't know, I have to wonder, like, I don't know. I don't have like a very intense belief in a God. As something I'm not very wise about. You know, I still consider myself a young man, and I don't understand the nature of God. I have a hope that there's something greater out there, and it's that hope that makes me think that, like, the sort of things that you're describing, like these unfinishable projects, like maybe they just are meant to be not finished. Maybe if you need an eternity to complete something, maybe that just means that, like, you shouldn't try to complete that because it's an impossible task. Maybe you should focus on things that you can complete within your lifetime as a human being, as all humans have done for the entire history of time. I really don't like the idea that, like, there are greater purposes that we have that we just can't fulfill because we happen to die when we're between 70 and 100 years old. Like, I think us dying is a good thing. It makes way for new life and for people to for new people. We need new people. Old people, I hate old people. It's like of all the groups in the world, like you could base it on race or gender or anything. The group that I hate the most is old people. People who are over 70 years old, don't give a fuck about your old fucking life and like what it meant to be a person when you were 63 years ago. I hate those people. And so to think that those people could live forever and they could just their entire life they're just gaining more wisdom and more of this feeling of being like greater than, like I've lived for longer and so I understand more than you as a younger person. Like if Nancy Pelosi could live to be 250 years old and she would never ever retire, she would just be like the our House Speaker for 200 years. Like these sorts of things make me feel like immortality is a horrible, horrible idea.
I do kind of agree with that sentiment, but I also think it is some people's destiny to live forever. And I think that I was born in the right time to do so. And with that kind of just like in mind, I think maybe we should all start setting our like goals to like, you might live forever. Maybe you do have more time to work on this project, so just do it. No matter how long it takes, you'll be able to do it.
But even having time is not like the limiting factor for a lot of people. I mean, deciding to do something with your time is kind of a different decision than just having time. I mean, everybody has time to do something. I mean, like what project are you talking about that you couldn't complete just in your free time, like 2 or 3 hours a day for the next 30 years? Like what project could you possibly not complete in 50,000 hours over 30 years?
Well, there's a book I'm trying to like write, and it depends on experience. I feel like I've lived a lot of different lives already, and if I had infinite time, I'd like to try every walk of life, to be honest. I really don't know how to describe it, but
no, dude, that's good. I just heard a mythological story with this exact same premise, but I can't remember the ending. Oh, there was a teachable moment at the ending of the story, but I can't remember it. Well, about a man who wanted to live every single life. I'm gonna look it up as soon as the stream's over, and I'll feel like an idiot. But
yeah, and I mean, past year or so, I've been going through some really rough times. It's been different. But I've gone through good times. I've hung out with like, rich people. I've hung out with like low people, like a lot of different people. But there's just still more I want to do, and I want to write too. And it's just a matter of opportunity cost. It's just like a resource that is hard to manage.
Time, you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, and I think that just by putting it out there, even if it like kind of sounds crazy, I just want to live forever.
Well, I feel like you made an interesting point, which is just that there are people in our lifetime that need to deeply consider this. 'Cause this is coming up. I've been seeing tons of articles about how aging is a disease. It's not a natural process of life. It's a reversible disease.
Yeah, I've seen some similar things. I mean, I really don't know, but I do feel like it's coming up, and I want to be part of it. And I want to have something to create and put out into the world that is truly like worthy of being able to live forever, having a story to tell, so to speak. I'm really glad I got to call you today. I've tried to call in multiple times. I never got through.
It was good talking to you.
Yeah, it was good talking to you too. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
Hey, it was
I
good.
appreciate it.
Good that we got the alternate perspective. I'm sorry I said I wanted to kill you a couple times.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
okay.
really
I know to watch out for you.
Yeah. You took it in stride, I have to say. So.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thank you for calling in, man. It was great getting your perspective.
All right. Later.
All right. Bye. Okay. I think it's going to be the last call of the show today. Right? 7:30, 2.5 hours. This is a nice short show. This is what I want. A nice short show. I'm really hungry right now, so that's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, that's a big portion of why we're stopping right now. There's a whole bunch of buffalo chicken wings that I'm about to reheat and eat. Anyway, thank you everyone who called in today to the call-in show. It's a fun show. Like I said, the Chunk Monthly shit, you can see chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. Get yourself, if you sign up now, you will be ordering the Signal Return Episode 7 Extended Release CD, which has had all the music that we've been playing on the show today. I'm going to play one more song here before we wrap up entirely, but thanks everyone for listening to the show. The HUD from this stream, the overlay, is from Slouch. You can click on the description of this video and be led to Slouch's channel. Slouch is a great animator. He's got tons of great animations on his channel. Definitely want to check him out. And that's it. Thanks everyone for hanging out. See you in a couple weeks. All right, bye.